Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays and welcome back to Animal Crossing. I feel like I need to chill because it's been a lot the last couple weeks. I'm sure you guys can imagine. I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a quick update on the island here and then show you what my plan is for a slumber island, because I mentioned that I wanted to do like a slumber island with you guys, like on the channel. And I wanted to do a medieval themed one. So that's been a little tricky, but it's fine. I'd managed to, one of my friends gave me the plate armor recipe like in the last week. So I'm very excited that I'll be able to use plate armor on the island. But there's been quite a lot of changes since the last time I recorded. So we've had a bit of turnover. Obviously you guys saw that I got Kid. Harry is still with me. He did give me his portrait. Kid's also given me his portrait. We got Ione, or Ione. I looked up how to pronounce it, and even the internet can't agree. I'm going to go probably with Ione. I just think of her as cute little squirrel baby. So, you know. I also bought an amiibo, and I got Chulin. I wanted to get the Zelda unlocks, and Chulin was the one I was able to find, but also I needed an athletic type, and because I got Ione when I was on a hunt for an athletic jock type, I figured if I get Chulin, he ticks that box. So I have one of every type at the moment. So we have two normals, obviously being Eunice and Ione, and we have two of the crankies being Harry and Wolfgang. So I do want to get rid of Harry. Kind of waiting for a opportunity. Like I'm waiting for an opportunity, whether he asks to leave, in which case I'll be like, heck yes, or a campsite villager and then I get lucky. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes. I've done all my chores this morning already. Like I've already visited most of the villages, the ones I could find. I've done picked the fruit and the veggies and all that kind of stuff. So this is actually just going to be running around to show you guys the changes that I made, because there have been quite a few. So obviously originally when I gave you guys the tour, Kid lived here, or Kid Cat lived here, and then I only moved into Kid Cat's spot. But this spot I didn't think befit her. I thought she was too much of a precious angel baby to be living right here on the beach with no yard. And my theme for my island has always been, I wanted it to feel like a real residential island. So everyone has a backyard that suits their personality. Everyone has a house that suits their personality. And then, you know, the things around are things that you'd expect to find. So I figured I moved what had been my band stage down to here, because the hotel's actually just over here. And that seemed logical to me, that the hotel guests, you know, if they're coming here for a concert, say, would want to go there. Obviously, the only concert we get on the island is in the plaza, but that's kind of not the point. It's in my head that they're here for concerts. So that's where that is. I haven't moved the park, like this sort of fun park area hasn't really changed because, you know, it seemed like it, again, was close to the hotel. So that's the same. Chulin is here where... Who used to be here? I think this is where Fauna was. So I'll show you his house. He's my little Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom baby. So therefore I love him very much because he's from that game. I don't like the jock personality type, but I love Breath of the Wild. So I did give his house a little makeover. With all of the little items and stuff that came with the unlock. I was going to say the DLC, but that's not quite right. There's not everything here. You forgot. Don't leave that lying around, mate. Okay. Yeah, so his house, I think, started with like the goddess and the guardian in the corner here. And I think it did have a master sword. Obviously, it had these walls and floors, but I wanted it to look like a house. So my theme, with all of the villagers, I've tried to give them something to cook with, a bed, entertainment of some kind, like a TV or whatever. None of them have a toilet. Some of them have a bath, just depending on their theme. So that is Chulin's house. There are other characters I would have preferred to have more than Chulin, but it was at him or Minoru, and Minoru is a normal type, and I already had two of those. This area, I can't remember if I showed you, has been reworked. Like, obviously I've made changes, like adding a master sword out here. And then I have the little, I forget what these are called, the little gate things here. Love me some Breath of the Wild. Kid's house is here. Hasn't super changed. I've purpled up the front yard, but that's where he is. Harry's place, again, hasn't really changed. He's got the smallest yard at the moment. My plan when he moves out, eventually, is I'm probably going to move the fence line down to here and give whoever the new resident is a bit more yard. But I haven't bothered with it yet, just because he's what I would consider temporary. So, you know, this used to be my pot area. I had like a pot stand sort of market area here. I decided I needed more plants space, so I made like a little farming garden here. Phoebe's place hasn't changed that much since the last time you were here. I think that barrel in the corner back there is new, but other than that, this is pretty much the same as the last time I did a run through. Ooh, I can see a stick up there that I didn't grab, so I'll go grab that real quick. This area up here hasn't really changed. I think this statue here might be new, but you know, it's just tweaking up here. I also rearranged things a bit because this rock spawned up here because I accidentally broke a previous one. So I rearranged it so that I have a little corner here I can wedge myself into. But, you know, nothing exciting there. This area, I cleaned up a little. I've been on my farming gold roses kind of grind again. So I've been watering these flowers, these black roses, every day with my golden watering can. I've gotten quite a few extras now. Oh, and I've put like Breath of the Wild quote-unquote collectibles around. This area I decluttered because I decided that while I still like clutter, there's a limit. So I have decluttered a little bit, and that's the area, what I've done there. This is, I think, new. Probably since the last time I gave you guys a tour. Other than the fact I got the Sphinx, I don't think this area has changed. Oh, I can pick my roses. Yeah, I don't think this area has really changed. I've added the Sphinx. I added a fake mystic statue. Pretty sure that's a fake. Or like, put it on the... Yeah, it is. That's a fake. Put it on the table. But other than that, this is new. These are both gold upgrades because I've been working through crafting one of everything, which means I've been making my gold areas. Now, the main kind of terraforming things that I did was I moved this out a level because I had a row of, or like there's a whole bunch of stuff in Aussie's yard. I had like a tile worth of space behind the houses on the bottom level. And I was like, that's dead space. You can't see behind it. What am I doing? That's silly. So I terraformed to bring that out one. And then I terraformed this river to make it one tile narrower the whole way along to give the guys more front yard so that I could do things like Aussie had this clothes drying rack the whole time, but it was behind his house, so you couldn't really see it. Like, unless you could catch a glimpse of it on certain angles, but that'd be it. So I don't know why I did it that way in the first place. Aw, that's annoying. I don't know why I did it that way in the first place, but I did. So, yeah, I expanded Aussie's and Blue Bear's front yards a little. Now, put you back. You know something? I never unlocked the Bunny Day recipes. I think I unlocked one. I've never done that event because I bought... Oh, what's the matter, Anka? Please don't tell me you want to leave. You... No! Sweetie, do you know how much gold I have poured into your yard? What do I think? Don't leave. Not allowed. Exactly. You've got to stay here where you're appreciated the most. Anyway, I just need to go make a shovel. But I decided... What was I talking about before she upset me? Also, that's really annoying because it could have been Harry and it wasn't. I have heard that if it doesn't auto-save after that dialogue, so if they ask to leave, you can restart your Switch and try and regenerate and hope you get someone else. I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to quickly make a shovel. Just so I can dig up that other fossil or whatever it is. Also, I'm loving that it's autumn on my island now. Like, things have started... I'll miss the green. I like the bright green of summer. I do. But I love the autumn aesthetic. Like, the mushrooms and stuff. I recolored my house already to be brown again, because I had made it blue for the summer, and I've started, like, I had put my leaf piles away. I've started bringing them out. I'm just waiting for the grass to get a bit more brown and the trees to get a bit more brown, and then I'm going to bring out a few more leaf piles so that it's more, like, appropriate. But yeah, I do love it. Obviously, I mean, this is autumn, this item, but it's been here the whole time, so... And all my mushrooms and stuff have been out forever. But, like, all of this is, like, Anka Overflow Yard. Like, how could she leave me? The disrespect. So, yes, I am actually looking forward to Bunny Day next month so that I can try and complete that collection set. The irony of saying I'm looking forward to Bunny Day, given how, like, controversial that event was when the game first came out, is not lost on me. But what I was saying before she interrupted my chain of thought is that I got the game in 2020 for my birthday, which is in late April. Or, like, I think I bought it for myself for my birthday, but, you know, point is, it was after the Easter event. So I think I started playing, like, a week after the notorious Easter event that made everyone really mad. So I actually missed it. And then, for whatever reason, my patterns of playing it have kind of tended to miss, because I've played it on and off over the years, but I've always missed Easter. So I've never seen Zipper. I've seen videos of him, obviously. I know what he looks like, but I've never actually seen Zipper. And I've never done the event itself. So I'm just going to pop all that in there. Now, Wolfgang's Yard, more or less the same vibe, but a little bit wider. Like I said, I expanded this out. And then the main changes are actually up here. So this sandpit I just expanded. This is my mall now. So this is one of the alt accounts. It was my son's account originally. He hasn't played this game since 2020. So this is his place, but it's the mall. The mall's still basically the same as it was when I did my original tour. I think I've changed up the walls in the basement, like in the grocery store. And I've tinkered with the grocery store a little bit, but most of the rest of it's actually the same. So we'll just go down and have a super quick look. But I moved this to where the band was. So it was like a big rotation thing that happened. So yeah, this has changed a bit. I've just made it a bit more, like I got this electronic sign on the wall and stuff. Changed the walls to be a bit different, I guess. Changed the floor, but the general layout's the same. It's just details like the shopping bags and that kind of thing are new. So, you know, tinkering basically, but nothing super substantial in there. A lot of tinkering. I play this game pretty much every day. I get home from work and play it for a couple of hours to wind down after dinner kind of thing. So, and like I said at the start of the video, there's been a lot happening in the world recently, and winding down and chilling with a super chill game like in 2020 seems like a good thing. So yes, this is the New Haven Mall. Haven obviously being the name of my island. We've still got a little play area out the front for the kids, so you can abandon your children in the play area and then go inside to go shopping, like a lot of parents do. Now, up the top here, this was originally, the mall was here, and then over here was the schoolyard. So my two normal babies, who are never allowed to leave, I moved up here, because I was like, why am I wasting... For a start, it didn't make sense to me that the mall would be at the least accessible point on the island. I was like, why did I put it at the top? And then my second thought was, this is like preeminent accommodation location. In theory, I could move here. Like, you know, as the player who is doing everything, I could move here and have the nicest spot in terms of view. But I like being close to the shops. I prefer to be near the plaza and the shops and everything. So I'd rather stay where I am. But I moved Ione's house to here. Obviously, she's not home right now, but she's got her, like, star-themed house. And then Eunice, who is my You Can Never Leave Me Ever character, I moved to here, and then I gave her a much bigger yard. So all of her, like, she's got some of the wedding stuff and some instruments and, like, you know, a general vibe area. Then she's got a beautiful view down over the island. Ione's view is more of the ocean, but that's all right. Let's have a quick look at her house. It hasn't really changed, but I'm not sure if I've shown you guys. Since she's home, I'll show you her house as well. Hey, honey! Oh, she's wearing one of the dresses. I've been playing with custom content, like, designs a little bit. She's wearing one of those. Oh, interesting. I have rain sound on her house in here. It's not raining, though, so that's a bit weird, but that's okay. Maybe she's got, like, a noise generation situation happening. So this is her little house. It's and she's wearing pink, which goes with it quite nicely. I love her very much, and she can never leave me. She was one of she's not an original, but she's one of the early ones. I think she's the normal type. You have to ask me if it's true. Was I a huge superstar with a string of blues hits? Did I come here to escape it all? Let's say yes. All right. I haven't actually spoken to her today. You came across something someone dropped. A single glove. Aww. I'm sure it's fine. It was probably a hotel guest. They're very untidy. Obviously, there are 2 other villagers I haven't spoken to today. One of them is Phoebe, and I think... Who is the other one? I'm not actually sure. Blue Bear, maybe? Have I spoken to Blue Bear today? I think I have. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. The ones I really want to speak to are the ones that I haven't got the portraits from, which is Ione and Shulin. I don't have their portraits yet. But I've spoken to both of them today, and neither of them gave me their portrait. So, you know, it is what it is. So yes, this is Ione's little spot up here. And then I did Festivale this year. I hadn't done that event before either. That was last month, and got a bunch of extra decorations, which I really love the Festivale decorations, actually. So I got the float, so I did complete the event. So if I zoom back around here, I'll show you guys the float in case you haven't seen it. It's quite obnoxious. It's quite loud. But look, you know, we love ourselves a little bit of Festivale. I did talk to Harry today, right? Oh, he's not home anymore. He was home earlier. I'm sure I spoke to Harry already. Oh, did I show you guys my little mining area? I unlocked the cave and all of these minecarts. So I thought this was a good use for this space. This space had just been kind of fishing / random stuff that I'd put here because I wanted to leave it open so I could get to the river to fish if I wanted to fish from this side. But I hadn't put trees all the way across here. And I was like, it's just this little narrow bit. I think it works really well. I made like little minecart train track thing for the mine carts and put a bunch of, you know, boxes and stuff. So yeah, and using this little tire as like the stop for the end of the mine rails as well. I quite like that. I know I'm flexing here about something that I did, but I really do like it. And then the last thing to show you guys is obviously the school needed to be moved because that's now Eunice's backyard. So where Eunice's house was is now the school. So I say school, obviously we're learning pottery. We're not learning anything else. I don't know how this inflationary bar chart thing indicates pottery. Maybe we're talking about clay stocks. And this over here, I think, is a sports ball. What do they call it? When you have like semi-finals and finals and stuff, it's showing that like flow chart of that process. So that is the school / library area. So that's the whole thing. In terms of major changes, obviously there's been lots and lots of tinkering because I can't help myself. Phoebe! I haven't spoken to you. I'm not up early. You're up late. Hang out for the next 7 hours. I can't actually, but here's a gift. What is it, mate? It's salad. I'm pretty much giving them all food every day now. Oh, speaking of which, I do have one extra spot that is just wheat. Phoebe's photo! Pretty sure I already had that. I always reward gifts of photos with a little joy emote. They never see it because they always turn away. And I just saw Harry up here. I was thinking I want to change this pool area back here, but I don't know what to. It's kind of... Yeah, I had spoken to him already. No. You can come down and grumble at the establishment in your jammies. I mean, fair. So, yeah, I do want to change the pool area up, but I don't really know what to. I haven't really figured that out. So, I've just left it for now. I'm sure at some point I'll have a, you know, brainwave of some other thing we need on the island. But the other thing is that I mentioned to you guys that I want to change the hotel, like my hotel, as opposed to the game hotel. Because my second account that I made for myself is this one. And this is a hotel, because I built it to be a hotel before the hotel got unlocked. So this place has 2 hotels. And for some reason, I'm assuming it's just that all of the visitors hang around near the plaza for the most part. Because, you know, you'll see one in the museum usually, but they kind of... Oh, Dom's here. You'll see one in the museum. You'll see... Hey, bud. You do know me. Also, mate, I built you a house. In fact, I was at your house today on Happy Home Paradise. So, you know. Also, I got Festivale confetti launchers, and I decided that this guy needed confetti. Don't think about it too much. It's, you know, it makes me laugh. Anyway, I still haven't done anything with this place. It's still a hotel for now. Maybe my headcanon can be that some of the people wandering around here are staying at this hotel, at Chili's Hotel, instead of at the Cap'n Hotel. But that's the major changes. I did remove a cafe area and turn it into more farming. So I have 3 separate farms now. So here, this used to be like a little tiny little cafe area because I was like, it's such a nice spot to eat, but it's really not because this is very loud. You wouldn't want to be sitting right here trying to eat and have a conversation with friends. And I needed more wheat. Although I've gone too far now. I have so much food. This is why everyone gets food as a gift now. So that's my island. Now, what I wanted to show you guys, I wasn't planning on doing it. I was going to just show you what my plan is. And then maybe next time I record, we can actually do some renovations on the Slumber Island. But let's go to bed. Mushrooms everywhere. I love mushrooms. So I'm gonna have a little nap. It is slumber time. So if you haven't seen this came with the most recent free update. You get up to 3 additional islands you can decorate. My island that I picked medium. So smaller than my island now, but larger than the kind of islands you visit with Nook. Yes, hi Luna. I would like to dream about my slumber island. I have done a little bit in that I terraformed and I moved the house and set up some bridges and stuff. So I did basic landscaping to get the bones of the island set up because that took me hours and it's not very interesting. And I was doing it on my own. Which of my islands? Well, I only have one. No peeking. Okay. I'm peeking. Luna, I'm peeking! Alrighty, we have arrived. So this works like the Happy Home Paradise decorating. We've got a little dude here that we can ask for help with like changing the appearance of house and putting bridges and stuff. And Luna obviously to take me back. So this area you don't seem to be able to change. I think in the long run I might put walls along here just to like block the view. But what I've done, I'll show you the map real quick. I put a moat around the spot where the castle is, and then I added the sort of landscaping to lift it up, but I haven't done anything else other than the walls, obviously. So we've got on this side some like waterfalls and stuff, and I added in a bridge and one ramp on this side just to make things easier to get around. And then the moat goes all the way around. Oh, I might soften that edge. That's a bit harsh. We've got, this is actually access up into the castle this way, or you can go up the front. So the castle is obviously my house that I have available. And then we've got walls, and then this is like the kind of grand entrance area. So that's all I've done so that this vista is ready, but I haven't decorated anything. So I was thinking that could be something. I'll reserve this to only, because I play this game a lot, like I said, but I'll reserve this particular island to only do with you guys on, I was going to say on stream, but I'm obviously not streaming this. So that's the plan. I am currently working towards being able to do this. I'm currently doing a whole bunch of stuff in my Happy Home Paradise because Wardell sells a throne, but it is 750,000 odd pokey, which is a different currency than bells. If it was bells, I would be fine. I've got like 3 million bells, but I've been saving up pokey because you only get that on the Happy Home Paradise Island. It's a separate currency. They do let you exchange, but obviously you can't exchange a lot. It's like 30,000 bells a day for pokey, and that's it, which would take me forever. I have gotten to the point where I have just cracked 600,000 pokey, so I'm getting close. So my rough thought for the castle, this is completely unfurnished by the way, it's just a giant empty house. My rough thought for the castle was this could be like a ballroom. This would be the throne room back here once we have a throne. So this room might be the last room that I do anything with. Or maybe not actually, I'm getting reasonably close. So the throne would be here and, you know, spot for some people to stand around and be all, ooh, ah, the king / queen. It'll be the queen because it's me. One of these two sides, maybe. I know the basement will obviously be a dungeon because obviously we need a dungeon. So this is going to be our sinister dungeon area. And I would like a bathhouse. The top floor, maybe queen's bedroom, sort of solar vibes, like solar in the castle sense of a room with a lot of windows where you can sit and sew or whatever, plan wars, that kind of thing upstairs. So down here, I probably need a kitchen and a bathroom for the other two sides. So that's my rough plan, but I haven't obviously done any of it. Like I could do something like that, or I could do... There's one that has a big thing in the middle. Do I not own it? It's really hard to know because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I've unlocked in Happy Home Paradise, but I haven't necessarily... Ooh, what is that? Oh, interesting carpet. I was going to say something mean. But, you know, something like this. There's one I'm thinking of in particular that I don't seem to have. What about this one? Imperial tile, maybe? I mean, that could be a ballroom, potentially. Kind of works. We've got a big dragon in the middle here. Maybe I'm a dragon queen a la Game of Thrones, which, as previously established in other video series, I have never seen. Well, I think I watched one episode. So it's a lie to say I've never seen it, but I have watched one episode. This one's kind of castle-y. Is there a black European style? Because I like the curtains. Doesn't really go with the floor. But do you know what I mean? So ballroom in here, etc. So that's the plan. Dungeon will be dungeony walls, dungeony floor. So yes, dungeon vibes. This floor's too nice. That's the kind of vibe I'm going to go for. So you see what I mean, right? And then I can pop down. Let me just put the palace floor in here because that is the one I was looking for. There we go. So nice area up here and then horrible area downstairs. I want to have the goddess somewhere as well. Here he is. So things like, you know, this dude here and here. We only have rusty or clean, so that kind of stuff. So that's the plan. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you have a particular room you want me to tackle or any suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. I'm thinking the goddess statue, I might set up like a little shrine outside. I want an area with like, we can't have additional houses on the island. Like I can't put an islander's house down and decorate accordingly, which is a bit of a shame actually, but it is what it is. But I was thinking this type of wall here, or there's some like shopfront style walls I could use to build like a little fake house and then put the, you know, because you can put islanders down as well. So for example, I could be like, I want Shulin to be here, and then I think I can make him over. Hey bud. I don't know how that works exactly. It's any former resident. That's a shame. I was actually hoping that it would give me all of the island Happy Home Paradise residents as well. I don't know who Klaus is. I have no memory of this guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he's in this list. Everyone else here I obviously know has been on my island, but I don't know who that guy is. Anyway, it's fine. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Excuse me, I want to do my outro here. Move. You can hang out, but you need to move. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.